The campaign season is here, and your vote can make a difference. Comcast brings you the candidates on demand right now.
Property taxes, healthcare, and job creation, these are all on the plate of our next candidate joining us this morning. Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Chelsea Bordeaux, and you're watching Comcast Newsmakers, Candidates on Demand. With me this hour, Democratic candidate for Pennsylvania State Representative of the 70th District, Matt Bradford, and we're talking about his campaign. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Chelsea.
Okay, so you came into this race a little bit differently than most. You haven't been in quite that long. Tell us about that.
Yes, I'm actually a replacement candidate, so I did not stand for election in our primary in the traditional manner, but was actually selected by our party's leadership and was encouraged by some of our my party, the Democratic Party's elected local officials. Senator Williams as well as Representative Gerber were very supportive, and they brought me forward into this race a little bit later, but I'm glad to be here now that I am.
And how did you feel about that when they came to you and said, Matt, we want you to do this?
It was a little much at first. Obviously, it's something I wanted to talk with my family about, my wife. It's you know, a lot to be thrown at, especially out of left field, but it's a great honor, and it's been fun so far, and I'm looking forward to you know, singing it out.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. Property taxes, one of your major issues. Tell us about that.
Yes, I believe, well, obviously property taxes are too high. As it's just a statement of fact, to Commonwealth, it's the property taxes are forcing our seniors out of their homes. It's preventing young families from buying their first home. I think what we've got to do, frankly, is the state has been remiss in paying its fair share of the burden of local school taxes. Good schools are important, clearly, but we can't fund our schools on the back of our seniors and also at the cost of keeping young families from buying their first home. The state has to pick up its fair share of the tab. I don't believe it has been, and the result is local property taxes going up.
Okay, and now going on to job creation. First, tell us where the 70th District is and what you're going to do with job creation in that area.
Gotcha. The 70th District is in central Montgomery County. It's a circuitous, somewhat gerrymandered district that begins in the south in Norristown and ends up in the north and lower Salford, swings up through East Norriton and Worcester, actually where I live, and there's parts of Talminson and Skippack as well. So it's a diverse district, as diverse as the Commonwealth, and has many different issues.
Okay, and what about job care there? Job creation?
Well, I think job creation is so important this year in particular, with so much uncertainty from our financial markets to our economy, unemployment. Last couple of years have been very hard for our working families, and I think we need to create good family-sustaining jobs here in the 70th District. You know, I think there's a unique opportunity, frankly. A lot of our infrastructure is failing and aged. I think we should be investing in that infrastructure. I think we should use that to stimulate our economy. Frankly, that's the way we can get our economy moving, but also start to address the infrastructure issues that have gone neglected for too long in our Commonwealth.
And important to the employed and unemployed is health care. So what do you plan to do with that?
Well, I think what we've got to do is what they've already done in some states on a very bipartisan fashion. California and Massachusetts have led the way in terms of bringing quality, affordable, accessible health care to all of its citizens and on a bipartisan basis. Actually, while I may be a Democrat, 2 Republican governors were the ones that were able to do it, and I believe that model, similar to what Governor Rendell is pushing in the legislature right now, allows us to make sure that every Pennsylvanian is covered. I support that idea completely. I think we can do that while keeping the best of our private insurance and private health care, but we can ensure the uninsured through expanding of the CHIP program, the S-CHIP program. I think this is in our reach. I think there's the will to get it done, and I think, frankly, it's time to get it done.
Okay, Matt, thank you so much for joining us. And this hour's guest has been Matt Bradford, Democratic candidate for Pennsylvania State Representative in the 70th District. Thanks for watching this special edition of Newsmakers. This segment and others can also be seen exclusively on Comcast's Video On Demand channel. Don't forget to vote on November 4th.